Hello and welcome to this episode of Keep It Positive, Sweetie. Today we are talking about, can you take a wild guess? You see who I'm with? My company. Today we are talking sisterhood. And listen, I know you guys know me on the TV show Sisters, but today I have my real sisters with me. With me I have Ariel, who is my friend, because you know friends, they all hold different places in your heart. Ariel is the person who I know is here for the right reasons. I never have to question her, and she's one of the most supportive people that I know. Mm-hmm. To my right, I have my boo, who started off as my costume designer. We costume designed together for a few years, for Tyler Perry, for all his projects, and become one of my closest friends. We took a trip together. And after that, I was like, oh, yeah, she's stuck with me forever. Raiyonda is the friend that will pull up when you need her. And when I say pull up, her nickname is Ray. Honey, Ray is, you see this smile?
Uh-oh, Ray.
Ray ain't nothing to play with, okay? Ray is nothing to play with, but I love you so much. I love you. And thank you for coming. Thank you. Seriously. And my boo.
Oh. Say it loud.
The one. The only. Nina Cemone Wright. First of all, Nina is hilarious. Second, Nina is my prayer warrior. Anytime I'm going through anything, I know that I can call on you to get in their prayer closet, Amen. Call them warriors, and them angels will start to camp around me. And I appreciate you so much. You're not only funny, but you are my direct line to God. So I appreciate you. Yes, so happy to have you all in my life.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, guys. When I think about sisterhood, I think about the song Best Friend by Brandy. It goes, don't know what I'd ever do without you from the beginning to the end. You've always been here right beside me, so I'll call you my best friend. Y'all better harmonize.
I went low.
And through the good times and the bad, you guys have all been there for me. And I appreciate you guys
As
so
you've been
much.
for us, for sure.
Definitely
a reciprocal relationship in all ways.
Thank you so much. Seriously, it means a lot for y'all to come and sit on the couch with me. I'm here by myself sometimes. I have guests. But to share this space with you guys, who I share a lot of my personal space with, my secrets, my troubles, my worries, my success, joys, everything, I get to share it with you guys. So to have you guys here and to be able to say those words and truly mean it means so much. Seriously.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Can we get into how beautiful y'all look?
Oh, thank you.
Do y'all see the hair, the tresses, all the things? Shout out to Destiny Kelly, who is Styles by Destiny on Instagram. You guys have seen me post her. She does my natural hair, keeps it nice and healthy, but she stopped by today to take care of us, and you guys look so good.
Thank you.
I love it. Thank you,
Destiny.
Oh, man. So when I think about friendship, how I define a friend is a safe space, you know, because you can be around a lot of people and not feel safe. But when I look at you guys, it's no judgment. I can tell you guys just like the worst thing about me. Y'all be like, okay, you're going to like either tell me, Crystal, it's okay, you're not perfect, or you're like, hey, this is something you need to work on. You're going to tell me the truth, you know, and you're supportive when you need to be. You're my mirror when I need a mirror. And friends are also non-judgmental. They are people that you can trust, people that you can share your highs and lows with, and people that you can grow with. And I've literally grown with all of you. You know, a lot of women don't have the ability to say that they've actually grown with their friends, you know, because everybody's not here to stay. But I'm glad that God has chosen you all to like stick by me through thick and thin. How would you guys define friends? Like when you think of friends and sisters, because some people have biological sisters and some people don't. Do you guys have any? I know I have two sisters. Raiyonda, one. You just have brother.
Yep, just brothers.
One older sister.
One older sister. So when you have people who are not related to you come in and play that role, what does that mean to you, and how would you define a sister or a friend?
So my sister wasn't in my life for years just because of the strife between her and my dad. So I looked for sisters in women, friends, sorority sisters, line sisters. And so for me, it's support. It's unconditional love. It's, you know, checking me when I need to be checked. Don't just be my yes man. Challenge me. Challenge when I'm not doing something right. Hold me accountable to the goals I set for myself. But also don't stop my growth. Don't stop me from reaching the stars. Don't shoot down my dreams or aspirations. So that's what a sister or a friend looks like to me.
And that's who you are.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
And drink.
This is my favorite part.
Not my favorite part.
The drink.
So, Ray, how would you define a sister and a friend?
So for me, sisterhood means a lot. One, because I do have a younger sister. We're 11 years apart. So I felt more like, not she was my sister, like I was an aunt to, she was my niece, sort of thing. And for me, growing up as an only child for 11 years was like, I had to have pretend friends, right? So, and
you're not crazy.
now I look at it, I know. By any
You're
means.
not crazy.
But now I look at it and I reflect on just my friends and how my friends have developed into my sisters. And they've been supportive. They've been there for my growth. They've been there for my good times, my bad times, you know, my sad times, through sickness and through health. And when you have somebody who can be there through every step in life, your ebbs and your flows, and support you no matter what, that becomes a sister. Somebody who can pray with you, somebody who can be there for your good times and, you know, share graduations and everything with you, all those moments. That's who you can define as a real sister. So that's how I define my sisterhood.
I love that. And when I
Just
think about you, all the women that you have in your life absolutely love you. And I tell people, I was like, I've never met anybody like Raiyonda. Like, seriously, you have this infectious spirit. The first day I met you, I was like, yep, this is it. This is it. You're hired. And then it was like everything, our lives just continued to grow together. But I always look around and see how everyone just admires you and gravitates to you, like men and women, because everybody loves Ray.
You know what it is, too, is I think because once you find who you are as a person, right, and you really know who you are deep within, and people gravitate to you because they know that she knows who she is. She knows her self-worth. And there's no facade. What you see is truly what you get and who I am as a person. And I think that helps in all my relationships to be genuine and real.
I love that. So good and so true.
That's good.
Nina Boo.
Yes, honey. You know, I'll say this. I had, up until like my 30s, I didn't always have the best relationship with women. And I think I pledged a sorority and it was a little catty. And then...
What sorority did you
I'm an AKA child. I saw the light, honey. There's only one way, honey.
She seen the light.
She seen the light.
There you go.
I love it. A lady of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
You gotta say it right.
Got to say it right.
I had to go ahead and put that out there. I'm surrounded by AKA.
Absolutely. Yes. Because you love light. That's why. You are light. That's what it is. But I never experienced it. Now that I'm in my 30s, I feel like I can really experience true sisterhood. And I think what it is somebody who's with you in the valleys and on the mountaintop. I think for me, my sisters and my friends are like the people who they remind me of who I am in moments when I forget. Because every time you step out your door or you scroll on Instagram, the life is trying to tell you who you are not. But my friends will remind me, well, wait a minute, that ain't God's best. That's not your best. This is not who you are, you know, and will remind me and pick me up. And so I really think that that's what sisterhood is about. Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Sure.
Has there ever been a time where you recall that your sister was your saving grace? And I'll go first on this. Little story time. So, once upon a time, I was dating this guy.
Was he current? Was he cute?
Yeah, he was cute.
Okay, he was current. Okay, that's important. That's important to the story. That's important.
He was cute. And not one of them ugly cutes. I like ugly cute too.
Okay, a little smuggly. You like a little smuggly. Okay.
He was cute though.
He was really cute. Yeah, he was handsome. He was handsome. But he was very manipulative. He was not ready, doing other things, had me out here looking crazy. Crazy. Okay, I was looking crazy. And it got to a point where I just kept seeing sign after sign after sign. And I remember like I had just bought a house. It was in 2017. We met in 2015. And when you buy your first home, this is like a new level, you know, like God is taking you to another level.
Yeah.
And we got in this huge fight. I'm talking about, we were at Houston's, which I love Houston's. Shout out Houston's.
Shout out Houston.
Learn some Spanish, dude. That's our spot.
We love the
Anytime I go to Houston's without Raiyonda, I have to send her a picture and be like, "Yes, where I am."
Just like last week.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that photo. They were like, "Girl, is you hungry or not?" But we were at Houston's taking a little moving break because I was moving into my house that day. My parents were on the way, and it had started raining, and we had a huge argument. And he said something that just, well, I say like, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth because I don't want people thinking I'm without flaw. I blacked out and I lost it on this man. I'm talking about, it was just like nobody puts baby in the corner. Yeah. Like you can push me and push me and push me into that corner, and I'm gonna keep taking it.
Yeah.
Keep taking it, as we often do.
Yeah.
You know. And I came out swinging, and like literally blacked out. Like the outlet in the back seat of the truck was. Hey, I don't know how was I in the back. I don't know what happened. I was like, oh my goodness, and I called Raiyonda. It started raining. He put me out of the car. I called Raiyonda and I was like, you got to come get me. I was like, I just lost it on him. And she was like, well, where are you? She pulls up on me and she gets me back to my home. Other things transpired within that night. But by the time the end of the night came and I was driving to my new home, it was as if God himself sat in the car and said, Crystal, where I'm taking you, he can't go. And I was like, heard you, got it, God, I'm so sorry, I got it. I hate that it took this to get it. Yeah. And he said, I knew that you weren't going to leave if I didn't let it get this extreme. Yeah. And I just found out last week when I asked you if it was okay to talk about this story that you actually were on a date and left him to come get me.
Yes. Funny story though. The person I was on a date with was my most toxic relationship in life.
Wow.
Wow. So God's word for her was for you too.
Listen. God, things happen for a reason. God makes no mistakes. So yes, I left that date to come get my friend because guess what? He wasn't going to be in my life forever. Yeah. She was going to be in my life forever.
Yeah.
I love you. Don't let me cry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And I remember I was so scared because I was like, I didn't know what he was going to do after that. So I was scared to even stay in my old place. So I went and got a room that night. And my parents are on the way. I was scared to tell them what had happened, you know. Because I think in moments like that, you are so used to being mistreated that you're like, okay, is it going to work again? Or like, I don't want to tell too many people what happened because I might get back with them and then be embarrassed. And one thing we know is that when your friends or family see the flaws of your significant other, the way your heart can get over things, your family and friends cannot.
Be mad.
You know, and to this day, like we're cool now and he loved Ray.
And I love him, but not for you.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? You can love somebody, but not for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And that's a real thing. That's so mature. And I think a lot of times we cut people off.
Villainize them.
No, like they're not a bad person. They're just not ready for that, you know? And they were just doing what they knew to do. And sometimes as Black men, they're doing all they've seen. You know, repeating the cycles of their grandfather or their father who was absent. You know, just doing what they saw, thinking this is how you do it. And also being influenced by society, you know, and thinking, oh, this is what you're supposed to do. Not realizing, dang, like I have a prize right here and I'm really messing it up. You know? So that's my like saving grace story. Ari or Nina,
I have
anybody?
one. And I've never shared this story before, but I feel led to share it. So it involves you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
In 2022, last year was a really hard year for me financially, and my business was suffering so bad. And I remember at your birthday party, you know, you had made the sponsorship of your giving for Serenity, which is my business. And it was like every week, it was always something. I would call my parents, and I could just see, like, you know, it's a family business, so to see the weight of my parents, like them trying their best with their retirement and everything to make this work, it just got so heavy. And I remember me telling them, well, y'all, I got what's the thing called? Life insurance. I'll be the one. I'll be the sacrificial lamb. Y'all can just take my life insurance, pay off all the debt.
Yeah.
So on this day, I had decided, this is done, Lord. I'm done with this. I am done.
Wow.
And I remember me going home. I had went to work out with Jay. I had came home and I had prayed and I said, God, if you want me to stay, I said, you're going to have to lighten this. I said, because I am not built for this and I am tired.
Jesus.
I went into the office and you called me. And I had seen it. You had texted me too. He was like, hey, I didn't want to, I wanted to give my donation or whatever to your business. And I said, and she said, I text you and you didn't get it. And I said, oh. And at that moment, you donated to my business. And it was a sign from God that he was with me and he heard me.
Oh.
And it literally saved my life. And so I hear so many times on your podcast, I just want to say this, you talk about how Tyler was there for you and he imparted in you, but just know that what he imparted in you was for somebody else so you could part into them. And so I love you and I thank you for that because you literally saved me on that day. I know, I got my lashes on. Y'all know I'm too cute to cry. But that's a real story and nobody knows about that between me and God.
Yeah, wow. And I'm just grateful that he put it on my heart because I kept saying, I'm going to donate. And I was waiting to divide it because I have like a lump sum that I give at the end of the year to different people and different projects and things that I'm passionate about. And that was like one I wanted to give substantially to. So I'm so happy that God put it on my heart to answer your prayer on that day.
That day.
And it needed to happen on that
day.
For his glory.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
Because if I had done it before, it'd been like, oh, my friend is so great. That was good. But he needed you to get down on your knees to that last moment where to know that he did that, not Crystal.
You
know?
And it was so funny because it was like, a lot of people want to know God as a provider, but you can't know him as a provider unless you're in need. And so when me calling out and saying, God, I need you to do this, and then it immediately, people, when they trying to give you money, if they text you don't respond, well, shoot. Right. But you actually picked up the phone to call and follow through, and it was just like, God sees me.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Well, I had to get emotional.
Girl.
I'm just glad everybody's lashes still intact.
All right. So mine, you guys know or have heard, but in 2020, I was beaten by an ex-boyfriend. And Crystal had just met him like maybe a month before it happened. And I don't want to cry. I'm good. I'm strong.
It's a safe space.
It's a safe space. So it happened, and Crystal was the first person I called. And she put me in contact with her friend who's a lieutenant in the DA's office. He's the reason why he got arrested abruptly. He's the reason why it got to where it's gotten to. And it wasn't just that night. Like, she made sure I had a phone. She made sure somebody was with me at all times. All of my other friends rallied around me, so I did not go back. Because, again, no excuses should be made for someone that abuses somebody, but I do understand the thought process of someone that is abused immediately. You try to figure out what you did wrong. What did I do? How could I have prevented this? All of that. Not for a second did I get a chance to do that. I was reminded day in and day out, my value, my worth, that I did not deserve what happened to me. And even to this day, like, we're 3 years in as of like a couple weeks ago. Finally got a court date. When I tell you my friends filled that courtroom so that you had to face all of us, not just her. And I was reminded that you're not alone in this. You have to get up there and speak, but understand you have us backing you, and we'll hold you if you can't hold yourself. We will be there for you. There are people that came to my house unannounced just because they knew I was not in a good place. Pack a bag, let's go. And I appreciate that. I am not going to cry because I told myself I wasn't going to cry. But no, that was just, before it happened, I was always the one giving and doing. And I'm like, dang, if I needed somebody, I couldn't call nobody tomorrow. And then God was like,
hold on now. Hold up, Swola.
Let me show you what I got.
Let me show you how many you really have in your corner. And now to this day, I would give all of my friends, I would loan them to people. Because the support that I get from them, it's unmatched. And I'm so appreciative. I'm so thankful. Because y'all know, y'all were like there. Like,
yeah.
if you weren't physically present, you were there on my phone praying for me. You were in a prayer closet praying for me, or you were pulling up on me. So that's my story when my sister showed up for me, and really, and to this moment, people are still texting like, "Hey, I didn't make it, but what's up? You need something? You good?"
Yep.
And so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I didn't cry. It was almost there.
It was like, Ray.
Woo! So, I would say this was a childish part of my life. This happened. It was a boyfriend in college, and I was home in Pittsburgh at the time, and someone caught him cheating on me. And he was out of town cheating on me. And so I went to his house. Before I went to his house, I called some of my friends. They came to the house, and we all had on all black. My mom came on the porch, and she said, "I don't know what's about to happen, but I'm just saying a prayer for all of y'all." So we got in the car, and we headed to his house. And I kid you not, I had toilet paper, eggs. Like, I had intended on vandalizing this man's house.
Oh my goodness.
And so when we were in the car about to get out, my friend said, are you really wanting to do this? Think about it. She was like, because we're going to ride for you regardless. If you want to go through it with it. But ain't no going back after you do it, really. Like, there's no, like, once it's done, it's done. And you know what the repercussions are after. And I said, you know what? I want to do it. That was one of the worst mistakes I made in my life. But I'll say this, my friends were by my side, and they tried to talk me out of it, but they were going to be by my side regardless, because they were my friends.
Wow.
And we vandalized this man's house. And his mother called him and said, "I don't know who did this to your house, but I think it was your ex-girlfriend. And if she ain't your ex, she need to be your ex." Back it up. And so I would just say that was a learning lesson for me, right? It was a pivotal point in my life, because I realized after I did that, we had a big blow up, we broke up, but we talked about it after we got over the initial, mad state and the arguing and cussing each other out. And it made me realize, if a relationship is that bad, if a man is going to cheat on you, just walk away. The best revenge is just to walk away. That's from that point on, except for one time after, I've literally tried to walk away from every relationship that did not serve me anymore at that point. But that's when my friends were there for me. They were ready to ride or die, whatever I wanted to do. Even though they wanted to talk me out of it, they were there for me.
That's good.
Shout out to your friends.
That's some real ones.
They said ride.
But he deserved it.
Sometimes you gotta get down there.
You do.
Sometimes every once in a while, it feels good to my flesh to cut somebody out.
But you cussed them out. I actually vandalized somebody's house.
Did you feel a little bit better after
I
you
did.
See?
But that was wrong. It was wrong.
It was wrong.
It can be wrong and he can still deserve it. It can be wrong and he can still deserve it.
Okay. It's not right, but it's okay. Who was that? That was Whitney.
But it's
okay. Okay.
I'm gonna make it anyway.
Pack your bags up and You're crazy.
Oh my goodness. Because I know we all come from different work backgrounds, careers. What has been like, as you're getting older, do you feel like it's easy to nurture friendships and make new friends, or do you feel like you find it harder as you get older and learn more? Because I know Drake said no new friends. How do y'all feel about that?
I think that was the biggest lie told. I feel like every season that you have, God sends people. And I don't mean they're going to be there for every all your life, but he literally sends people for just that assignment. I was just thinking about when I moved to LA, like the friends that he had sent to help me to get my car out there. I don't talk to these ladies anymore, but they were on an assignment for me. And had I been like, oh, no new friends,
Right.
then I wouldn't have had, you know, met the people that I have met at this point. So I think it's really important to, you know, like the K commercial says, keep your heart open and love will always find itself in.
Okay, Jones, right?
Every kiss begins with K. Sponsor us. I need some diamonds.
I am done.
I don't think it's harder. I think it's easier because as you're getting older, you should be getting wiser. Should be.
Yeah.
Ain't everybody's situation, but it's something we talked about earlier. I know that everybody that's in my life cannot necessarily pour into me the way that I pour into other people.
Yeah.
But for me, building relationships now, it's like, okay, how are they serving me? Are they serving me at all? Yes or no? I'm a lot more clear in what I want in my life and what I don't. So now it's easier for me to funnel through. Because I met you in 2019.
Yeah.
I met you in 2020. It's 2023.
Wow.
And I would say y'all are closer to me than people I've known for years.
Yeah.
But that also comes with there's effort on both parts to build the relationship. It's not as easy because we all have lives. We're all going through our own individual things.
Yeah.
But I think as long as you understand what your assignment is, to your point, either to the people that are in your life and understand what their assignment is to you and manage those expectations appropriately. Because that's when you lose people. When you're thinking, oh, she should give me what she gives me, but she ain't her.
Right.
And she ain't her.
Yeah.
And that's not what they're supposed to do. But also, I think boundaries are healthy. We've talked about this several times. Boundaries are important. You don't have to cut people off, but you do have to place them where they're supposed to be so they don't impact your life negatively.
Yeah.
Because you can't, if you over here, you can't affect what's over here.
Absolutely.
But I can meet you over here from time to time to check on you and have a conversation with you, but you can't come over here.
Yeah.
It's too sacred over here.
Yeah. That's good.
That was good. You tapped into something that my manager, Dinorah, touched on today on Instagram, and it really resonated with me. A lot of times I think when it comes to pouring into other people, and we pour and pour and pour, we're like, well, I'm not getting it back. And she said something today, and I was like, wow, that's it. We can pour into people, but maybe it's not their assignment to pour into us. So sometimes our assignment is literally that person, you know? And when she said that, I was like, wow, that is so powerful because what we need may be coming from someone else. But we're looking for it to come from the person that we're just giving and giving and giving to, thinking that we're being depleted and like this is not equally yoked, like you're not doing enough. But the thing is, maybe they don't have it to give. And maybe it's not for them to give in that relationship. But this person is here to give to you the way you need.
Absolutely.
So when she said that, I was like, wow. And you said something that really reminded me of that. And
every place you sow is not going to be where you reap.
Yeah, that's very true.
But God is always going to send you somebody.
Always. You just have to believe that and be patient.
Yeah.
But again, it's the expectation management. Because, honey, it goes back the same way with men.
Oh my
Boy, you're not a
gosh.
man. Why am I talking to men from a boy? Same with your girlfriends or your friends or your acquaintances.
And I think friendship really for me at this age is about honesty. I think you have to give your friends like the honest truth. We can do it with love or we can get there and tell them the truth. But I cannot have people around me that I cannot tell the truth to. I have to be able to tell you the truth, and you have to give me the grace to be able to be myself. For sure. And I give that same grace to my friends as well. So it's important, you know? Yeah.
I want to speak to that because I've had a long-term friendship, and I don't really have many fallouts with friends, but we had a falling out. And what I found out is sometimes it's okay to take a break from people. You can be friends with people and disagree on something, and it's okay to take breaks. You don't have to be in the same space at the same level with that friend at all times because you can disagree on something and say, okay, I need a break from you for a minute. And that's what I did. We took a step apart, but then in that moment, it was like a few months had passed and we realized, you know, how much we missed each other. Now that's not always the case. You can step apart and realize like, oh, I'm better without that person. But for us, we realized that we really, really, truly missed each other. And so we, as adults, you know, set up a time to talk about everything. Like, what is our issues with each other? How can we correct it? You know, what are my flaws in this friendship? What are your flaws in this friendship? And it made us closer. You know what I mean? And it made us respect each other's boundaries in a different way. Because sometimes I could think that I'm not overstepping, but I could be overstepping. You see what I'm saying? And open communication and real communication helps you understand your friend inside and out. You know what I mean? Because what your friend was because we've been friends since we were in middle school. So what my friend expectations of a friendship in high school and college has changed as women. You know what I mean? And what her boundaries were then aren't her same boundaries. So sometimes you got to do self check-ins, friend check-ins. Like I do them in relationships with men, and I do them in relationships with friends. Let's have a check-in. Like how, you know, it's okay and it's healthy to do that. Because you're not always on the same page, and you might notice some tension but not know why. No, let's talk about it.
I say communication eliminates confusion.
Yes,
and that's
absolutely.
not just in your personal relationship, but also in period.
Communication eliminates.
But yeah, like I think the check-ins are great. It's necessary. Like to your point, we're growing and we're changing, and our priorities are changing, and you need to make sure you can meet me where I am, or vice versa.
Yes.
I have never fallen out with a friend where we can't come back from it. But I do think that, again, I'm a person of just boundaries because life is short. People are dying. We just talked about this earlier, like closer to our ages.
Yes.
And you don't have a chance to mend that. So is there a way to still be in each other's lives, but within a certain capacity? Is that possible? I'm not a person to say, cut him off, cut her off. Well, him maybe, her no.
Right.
But, you know, just set some boundaries. Set it to where it works for both of you. And if it can't, it can't. But at least try. You will never regret trying, especially if that was a friend, a sister, for however many years. So, but I haven't fallen out with nobody to really have to give an input on that, though.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that is.
That's a blessing. Because recently, you all know that I'm going through something with a really close friend of mine, and it just got to the point where I realized like this person isn't happy for me. You know, they're not happy for my success. It was underlying jealousy, envy, and a lot of things going on that I was blind to for a while. And then as I continued to climb, I'm like, wait, I started like just noticing like this person really isn't here for me. The way I feel like it goes back to like, I'm here for you, you know, and I've done these things for you. Why can't I get the same return? And I found myself just like, okay, if that's what you're going to do, then that's what I'm going to do. So I wouldn't support her, you know, and I pulled back on my giving because I'm like, I'm literally sharing everything with you, my whole life, you know, even like put you in a position that didn't work out. That's not my fault that didn't work out. But I put you in position. I've included you in every single part of my life, even with my family. And it got to the point where it got very territorial. So if I wanted to do something just say I want to do something with you, you know, then it was an issue. Or if I wanted to go on vacation with somebody else or go somewhere without her, it became an issue and it got territorial. And I'm just like, you don't own me. You know what I'm saying? And I've done enough. And I say it like I go through days where like I miss her so much, and then there's other times where I'm like, but that wasn't healthy for me, you know. And that goes back to having boundaries. It goes back to knowing where you are in your life and understanding that my therapist told me, she said, everybody that comes with you can't go with you. And I think we get stuck on this loyalty thing, like, no, they was with me in the trenches, like I gotta take them with me, I gotta put my dog on, I gotta do this, gotta do that. Then you like have this guilt trip where you feel like you got to do all these things, but then you realize all this stuff isn't enough. And then you done spend all this money, spend all this time trying to cultivate a person who wasn't ready to be cultivated. And I would always say, if you're my best friend, you're right here with me, and God hasn't done it yet, what makes you think he's not going to do it if he did it for me? You know what I'm saying? But you can't see past, well, I should be where she is. I'm not there. Why am I not there? You know, like we came together. Why is everybody around me continuing to elevate and I'm not? And I was like, we had a heart to heart one day, and I was just like, it's because you're not happy for people. God looks at your heart. He looks at the people that are cheering other people on when it's not their season. They can be like, God, I know if you do. We always say, I see what you do for others, Lord.
You're not a respecter of person.
Yes, I know it's coming. But people get so down on themselves that they can't see that you're right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have our things going on, but when you pull up my neighborhood, we all
Everybody-
living how
yeah,
we living.
we
You know
all
what I'm
are.
saying? And it like so if you're right here, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
you know what
you're
I'm
in
saying?
the proximity. And I think sometimes jealousy is a natural emotion.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember God gave me a revelation. It's like the only way you can really be jealous is you forget the plans that I have for you.
Yes. Yes.
I have plans for you to prosper you and not to harm you.
Yes.
That don't mean I don't have those same plans for Crystal.
Exactly.
I ain't got them for Raiyonda. I got them for Nina. I got them for you. And so I think for me, like growing up, I had the worst situation with friends. It was always so catty all throughout my 20s. I made a vow when I got in my 30s. I said, I'm not arguing with friends. I said, Lord, whoever you need to take, you have to take. And one of the things that one of my friends pointed out to me, now I have the healthiest relationships that I've ever had in my life as far as friendships. Now with men, I don't know about that. But people have an expiration date. They have an expiration date. And sometimes we have to be okay with God saying, I love you, but that's not where this can go. And that's hard.
It's very hard.
That's hard because we grew up being loyal and stuff like that. So I feel like I'm like now channeling that. Like, God, you sure? You sure I gotta let this go? I don't want to let that go, Lord. I don't want to.
We be fighting it.
We be fighting it.
But people come in your life for a season, a reason, and a lifetime. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's really up to us to really pay attention and hone in on what stage are they in there for just a reason.
Yeah.
And that reason not necessarily has to be bad. It could be for a good reason, for you to be a blessing to them or to teach them something. It could be for a lifetime to where they're going to weather all the seasons with you through the duration of your life.
But you gotta assess that.
Yes.
And
You
that's
have to
taking
be able
assessment
to.
of all your friends.
Yes,
Yes.
and the
Everybody
only
right now.
Yes,
Everyone
assess. A
That's
friend
within
assessment.
arm's reach of
Yes,
you.
but the
Yes.
only
Are
way
they
Inventory.
adding value? Are
Yeah.
they depleting you? Are they sucking the life out of you? Just taking from you.
And the only way people can really go with you for a lifetime, in my opinion, at this age, is if they are doing the work on themselves.
Yes.
Cause baby.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I am. You are, and you are. If you're not, you can't sit here.
Yeah. It
'Cause
shows.
It's gonna
It
show.
shows.
It's gonna
It's
show
gonna
in
show.
jealousy. It's gonna show because you're comparing yourself, and comparison is what the stealer of joy.
Yes.
Ooh, Jesus.
So stop comparing.
Yeah.
And just start appreciating where you are.
Yeah.
And see where that takes you.
That's
Yeah.
so true.
But it also takes a person that's ready to be accountable.
Yeah.
And some people are not.
And I
Yeah.
will say this. When I was able to let people go that I felt like were going to be for a lifetime, God gave me better.
Man.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, and that's how you know.
That's a
your,
relationship.
That's your confirmation, though.
Yeah.
That's your confirmation. When that happens and he shows you the light, that's your confirmation.
But
That's
it's
so true.
okay to be hesitant because that's life. You don't
Yeah.
know what's on the other side of that door. But you do have to remember who we serve and who we have our faith in. It's not in us.
Yeah.
Because he knows the plans. We don't.
Exactly.
So it's just really owning that, but also understanding the longer you lost somebody in your life, that's on you, ain't on them. You know, you see it.
Yeah.
You're no longer blind. You can see.
You can
And you're allowing that person there. So now you have to take accountability for yourself for allowing it.
Accountability.
That's funny you say that because I had a friend that I was so close to, like thick as thieves, and we fell out, and it got to the point like, what did we fall out about? You know, because it ended up not even being us.
Yeah.
It was some people around us that it just didn't look right.
Yeah.
And years went on, and we didn't talk. Life moved on, and she hit me randomly out of the blue one day and was like, I've been in counseling, and I just wanted to know if we could sit down and talk. So we sat down and had a conversation, and we are back like lover to death. You know what I'm saying? We're not like we were before. And I say that to say that not all like friends that get, you know what I'm saying, put on pause, like you say, sometimes you need a break or be like, this isn't it for me. If people are accountable, go back to that word, if they're accountable and do the work and then are big enough to come back and say, hey, this is where I fell short and I see what you were trying to do for me. I see, and I was wrong. And can we mend this thing? It may not go back to what it was, but like I never stopped loving you. You know what I'm saying? I'm always praying for you. Like, so I can let you back in, but we say in a different capacity. It may not be how it was before. But you can call me anytime you need me. If you want to go on a trip every now and then, we can do that. When you're in town, hit me up. We still send birthday gifts. Like, I really loved her and love her to death now, still to this day. But that's just an example of how I fell out with somebody. It was a break. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It was just nothing that we did. It was people around us. And
Yeah.
when she got to the bottom, she's like, dang, I miss my friend.
Yeah.
And that's how we got. I love her.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. I had a friend do that one time, and she came to me, and I wasn't honest. This is what I say about honesty. I wasn't honest with her about how I felt about a situation. Well, 2 years went by. We didn't speak. And she reached out to me like, you really been on my heart. And I was like, okay, we got together. And I told her, you know, your friendship with this person really bothers me. Because that person tried to fight me. That's a problem. And she said, well, honey, they can go. Because you are the most important thing to me. And that meant so much to me. I think sometimes we villainize people, but if we really get down to being honest with them and give them an option, because if I'm not honest with you, I don't give you an option to be able to choose. But when I am honest with you, then I give you an option to show me who you really are. And so that honesty in her saying that she chose me, I love her to death.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, come on.
I love that. So, you know, like in relationships with men, we have love languages.
Yes.
Do you have like friendship love languages?
Yes, absolutely.
What is yours?
Absolutely.
What are yours?
What is your love friendship love language?
Do I have a love language?
All of them.
I do.
What's yours?
Words of affirmation.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. And that's the thing is like I love giving my friends words because I grew up with a mom who she sings. She used to be a singer and she sings everywhere and she will compliment every single stranger. She finds beauty in everything. She's always been one of those type of people. And so she always taught me, like, if you see somebody and you think they're beautiful or you think they have on a nice outfit, say it. There's nothing wrong with complimenting people because you might put a smile on somebody's face for a reason. You not know what is going on in their life.
That is very true.
My mom taught me that too.
Yeah.
Smile at everybody because you never know what somebody's going through, and your smile may change that day.
Kindness. And I say that about my friendships now, like being with Crystal and my friendships now and Ari, I'm like, dang, I really have nice girls. Because I grew up in a mean girl era, but now people are so nice. I'm like, oh, I can't be nice. I don't have to mean mug.
Right.
Oh, me being a baddie, that don't mean she not a baddie too. Oh! It was like, it was like when that happened. Oh, this is my third time. My bad.
Oh my gosh.
But no, seriously.
Oh
That's
my
good.
goodness.
So what's your love language with your friends?
I would say acts of service, gifts, and quality time. I like to do things for my friends if I can. Spend quality time. I pray to God that I can see them the way He sees them. So if I need to say something, I can say it. And then gifts. I love some gifts. And I try my best to give those gifts back, you know, or whatever. So I think those are my love languages.
Let me say someone.
Okay.
This one right here, she's a good gift giver. Right? So I'll be like, oh, I gotta match. I can't quite match your gift, but I'm gonna get up there.
I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna go to the Bloomingdale sale. Joe Malone got it on sale.
What is your love language for your friends?
For my friends, quality time. I love getting because I don't have a lot of time. So when we get to like do our little date nights and girls' nights and just talk and drink and laugh and kiki, those are the most special moments for me. Because like I don't get that a lot, you know, because I'm so busy with everything. And then I would say words of affirmation, which you guys do that all the time, pouring to me, let me know, hey sis, I see you, I'm proud of you.
I'm so proud.
And yes, I wouldn't say gifts. I love
That's
giving
why I was
gifts.
like, I don't think it's hers. So
But if for my man, I like it. But for my man, it's all of them.
Okay.
But for my girls, it's really that. Like, I love. It's something about giving you guys stuff and then like seeing you light up. Like me and Ray will be somewhere and I'll be like, which one you like? And she'll be like, I like this. And I'm like, okay. And then like a week later, I'll surprise her with it. And she'll be like, I know what this is. And I'll be like, girl. But no, I do. I love just like seeing people light up. I'm like that at like holidays, birthdays, Christmas. That's just my thing. But I would just say those. I'm big on quality time and words of affirmation for my girls, and I get that from all y'all.
Yes.
Mine is quality time. No question. I don't care. You don't have to buy me a thing. You know, just spend time with me, dinners, going for a walk, working out. But then
we gotta get back on that. We used to work out, and it's summertime too.
I need to get some braids in my head.
So you got to the parking lot.
But I think acts of service in the meaning serving other people. So when people come, when y'all came to volunteer with me last year, that warmed my heart because that's my passion. So meeting me where I am and helping somebody else, that means the world.
One thing about you gonna show up.
Baby.
You
some
gonna
flowers.
show up.
Yeah, she gonna give you some flowers.
She gonna give
support
you
your business.
anything.
You give your people flowers where they can smell them.
Yeah, I like to smell my flowers.
No, you do. They're always so beautiful. Like, if I don't ever have to worry about, is anybody gonna ever give me flowers? Because I already gonna give you some flowers.
And she gonna bake you a cake from Sweet Monroe. Baby, she made that cake. Now we only have a sliver because we some petite.
Listen,
but I appreciate the cake.
You have a slip. I have a few slices. I can't stop. It's
Once I start,
like, I can't. It's like, oh my God, it's so good. I can't stop. And I'm a cake girl. So.
Your cakes are good, though.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Shout out Sweet Monroe's Bakery.
Yes.
Tap in. I love it. I feel like we've had some really good girl talk.
Yes.
Now I'm ready to get spicy.
Spicy.
So do we need more? Are y'all good? Nina, have you had enough to?
I think I've had enough to get spicy.
Okay, good.
She's going to get spicy.
She woke up spicy.
I woke up like this.
Hey, I woke up like this. Yes. So we have Dinorah and Chanel on the other line tapped in with us. Hey, beautiful ladies. They are going to ask us some questions. And listen, this is a safe, fun space, no filter. We're going to have fun. Okay? Because listen, we're girls at the end of the day, right?
We're ready.
All right.
Okay, so our good sis Carisha went viral for saying she loves the golden shower. Is that a yes or is that a no?
Hell
no.
No, baby.
No.
I ain't gonna be able to do it. No. I may swing over to the other side as far as white men, but I ain't swinging that far, and I ain't nothing golden showering over here.
Swing over to what side, Nina?
The white side. The white side.
But you're not going that far.
Not that far. I'm saved. Hallelujah.
Like, what would possess someone?
Have you ever unknowingly slept with the same man?
No.
No. You know what? I feel like my men who I've ever been with have never had anybody before me. They never. No.
That's what you gotta train your mind. I believe you. This
You
is
have had no one before.
Never. An ex? What's that?
no.
Period. A wife. Even now, I'm like Shaquille O'Neal. That's still my husband.
I'm there with her on that.
That's
Absolutely.
hilarious.
No.
It helps. I mean, yes, I agree. You have to think that way.
Yes.
Nina, we love a delusional quality.
You know, I can't hear you, and that's on purpose. Whatever you said. Whatever you said ain't true.
Swallowing. Yes or no?
My grandma said, if you don't swallow, somebody else will.
I'm swallowing.
If you don't swallow,
for my man.
someone else will.
Now, how?
Swallowing.
But when it comes
Yes.
to swallowing, what's like? Because you got a funny story about swallowing.
I do have a funny story about swallowing. Now, geez, I'm going to put you over to the left real quick. Let me just tell the people.
Jesus said he's right here.
It's right
He just said,
I'm coming as I am.
He knows all things.
I know. Well, I was dating this guy, and I tell y'all that this was literally like, you know, I lost my virginity pretty older, so I was like 25. So I was celibate for like 2 years after that or whatever. So once I started having sex, I met this guy, and I'm talking about that was the best dick I ever had in my life. Like, it was just so good. Like, it was like dick. Like, I don't know if you've had it, Ari,
How
or you,
good?
Crystal, or you, Ray, but I would love for to pass it around. Just do a nice wraparound.
Champagne.
Well, one time he was like, you know, I was doing my little thing. And I came in my mouth. You know my little thing that I do. I ain't got to tell you about it, but you know the thing that you do. That you do what
the
you
pepper
think.
shaker.
You know what I'm saying? That thing. And so you know, I did it well. Okay. So it was in my mouth. He said, "Spit it in my mouth." So I spit it in his mouth. What? And then he spit it back in my mouth. And then he said, "Now swallow it." Now, mind you, he's watching me. I'm like.
I'm about to throw up.
I just got nauseous.
What? Don't knock it till you try it now.
What?
Oh no, I'm knocking it.
Listen.
That's too much. It's the spitting in his and back in. That's too many.
Let me tell y'all something.
Too much.
Let me tell y'all something. Salt and Pepper made up a song and said, "What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man."
What a
Yes,
Okay. They weren't just singing that song for no reason. Okay. God said, "Oh, taste and see." I had to taste, and I saw. Okay, I need some water.
More than taste, girl. You did more than taste. You taste book.
She said,
Oh my God.
Showing out.
Tasted it, tasted it, wasted it. Do not put God in that time. He said, "Don't taste and see." Oh my goodness.
"Oh, Nina."
So funny.
Oh Jesus.
That
Okay.
is
So we can all attest that we've swallowed. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Great. But Nina has done
A little more, to say the least.
yes, triple shots. Oh my gosh.
Have you guys ever been with a guy and they asked you to peg him?
What's
What does
what's a
that
peg?
mean?
Pegging basically means anal sex, like putting a dildo in a man's butt.
No.
Everything would have stopped.
I would run.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Oh.
Tell it. I did it. I didn't. Listen. The closest I've got is literally you giving head, right? And I've never seen a man do this, but he's on his back and pulls his legs.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they're gonna
And
cut up.
he's like spread eagle up. And I'm like,
He wanted his
what
ass
you want
ate.
me to do with that? Like, why you opening it up?
He wants you to eat the booty like
Baby,
groceries.
I was like, baby, I don't do that.
I know.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Tell us about the best and most amazing sexual encounter that you've had that if you could relive it again, you would.
Oh, it's something about that, and this might be toxic. Let me preface that, but it's something about like after an argument, that good like angry
Makeup sex. Makeup sex be the best.
My goodness,
Yes.
the best, and it's like he got a point to prove, and I got a point to prove. It's like you ain't going nowhere. Yeah.
When he talked to it, ooh, stop it. I told you not to da. All that.
Yes, you did, Eddie. That's all.
Yeah.
Yes, I had to say some good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Raiyonda?
risky sex.
Risky
Mm.
sex.
Like
Where's the
okay,
riskiest place you've done it?
on top of a mountain.
Shut up.
Oh.
What?
That didn't hurt.
Huh?
That didn't hurt.
We
Picked
had
you
one of
up?
them thick like quilted blanket.
Oh, so y'all knew what y'all was going to do
Oh
up in
my
the
God,
mountains.
yes.
They knew what they was going to do.
Nice.
It wasn't looking
Take a
for the.
page from that book.
Was it the ram in the bush in the mountain? They wasn't going looking for that. Y'all was ready. Okay, I like that. I like that. That's risky. That was exciting.
Yes, it was.
Can I ask what mountain it was?
It was in Georgia. So,
Stone
North
Mountain?
Georgia Mountain.
Oh, North Georgia.
North Georgia.
I said you did not do it on Stone Mountain.
Hell no.
Listen, not that. I mean, we could.
world would've seen.
Reparations. Shit.
No.
Take me to Stone Mountain.
Oh Lord.
All right, Nina, give me something good, Nina.
Oh my
Come on,
God, the
Nina.
best sex I've ever had.
Was it not the guy?
Well, that was really good, but I will say my ex was really
Oh, really?
good. You know when they put
How many
that,
reallys was that?
it was
like,
a
it
lot
was like
of
5.
reallys. Yeah, put the foot in the mouth, and you know, I will say though, it was really good and also very safe.
Okay.
It's also very safe sex.
That's important.
what was it?
Safe, like, you know, safe.
What does that mean?
Like
There's
condom
so many
safe,
different
right?
safe-
I'm confused.
Like you could be
I
your
felt
freest.
yes, I feel like I could be
Okay.
at my freest.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yes, I feel
oh
like I
my
could be in my
gosh.
freest. Because some guys they judge you by like what you know how to do, how you know how to do it, or whatever. And I feel like I was so free because I felt like with him, like I knew that he was just for me. So we like did all the
That's
things.
beautiful.
You know, before him,
Yeah.
I didn't really like to, suck dick for real. But then I was like, this is nice. But it's just for him.
See, I'm gonna teach
That's
me.
beautiful.
Teach me.
Teach you?
Teach me. Like my man to teach me some things.
Okay.
How you like it? Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
I love that.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good. That was good. All right, so we are going to get into one of my favorite parts of the show. It is called positive outcomes. All right.
Okay.
This is from a young lady named Ebony. And it says, "Hi, Crystal. My name is Ebony, and I love your new podcast." Thanks, Ebony. I was afraid for a long time to have female friends because every friendship I had with women would end up hurting me in some kind of way. Honestly, I got tired of being the only one to reach out every time. Oof. Been there. It says, if I didn't send a text or a call, I wouldn't hear from them at all. But my heart wouldn't dare let me leave them hanging if they needed something or words of advice or encouragement. I love giving advice to people and making them feel better, but I wish I could have some people who would do the same for me. I always take it to heart because it feels like I'm the only one being a genuine friend to them. I don't tell certain things to any and everyone. I grew up with a narrative to keep certain things to myself, and now at the age of 22, it hasn't changed. I don't like to hurt people's feelings, so I would usually let some things slide. But when I let my guard down and actually let them in, it backfires. I'm a strong friend. I have no problem being the strong friend, but this should be a two-way street. Sis, do you have any advice on what I can do to stop this cycle? Ebony, oh my goodness. So it sounds like this is something we touched on about being the one who pours into people but not feeling poured into by the people that you're giving it to. So it's not reciprocated. What I've learned today, I was today years old when I found this perspective, thanks to Dinorah. You have to understand your assignment on people's life and their assignment in yours. Yeah. So everything that you give isn't always going to be reciprocated from that person that you give to. Yeah. And that's okay. All right. Also, I would say express to your friends how you feel. Be honest. We talked about communication today, how important it is to talk to your sisters about how you feel and say, hey, when you do this, I've noticed that I'm the only one reaching out. Like, what's going on? Like, sometimes people have a lot going on. It may not even be personal. Yeah. That's something I've also learned, that it's not always personal. It could be that they're dealing with a lot of things right now, and they may not be open with you about it. So it could be an issue that could be easily solved if you just take the time to communicate with them about what's going on. Do you guys have any advice for Ebony?
I agree. I would think also like, you're 22. I know that doesn't sound young, but it's very young. And your friends are still figuring their way out. That's a tough age. Y'all probably just graduating from school. So my encouragement would be, one, to surround yourself maybe with older people, to get into like some fellowships with people that you admire, so that maybe you can cultivate different friendships. I would give the same grace to your friends that you would like to receive. That's really important. And also, I would look at it in a different light. Because a lot of times we look at it like, what is this person not doing? I can think of a million things that my friends have not done. But when I started looking at what they do, I have a friend like Destiny who does our hair. She's not going to tell you what's going on, how it's going on, what's going on in her life. But if you talk to her, then she will open up to you and whatever. So sometimes it's about humbling yourself to get to know your friends and seeing how I'm showing up instead of expecting it to be all about me. Yeah. Perhaps in this moment, you're supposed to be sowing to this person because you're going to get it back. If it's not from them in this moment, then it'll be from somebody else.
I would say continue to focus on yourself. 22, you're still developing what you want. You're still figuring out life. Continue focusing on you, Ebony, what Ebony wants, what Ebony needs, and God will position everything to flow into your life as it's supposed to. So look at this as a season, figure out what you're supposed to learn from this season, and just keep on going.
Yeah, that's real. I like that.
I feel like you're still evolving
Yeah.
into the woman. Figure out who you are as a woman. What are your next steps? Go through life. Singleness is okay. Like, you can X all your friends out for a minute and just figure yourself out and journal while you're on your journey.
Ooh, that's good.
To help you get to where you want in life and be the woman you want to be. And then once you show up as the woman you want to be, not saying that you're not, but you're still 22 and evolving into the woman that you'll be in life as you get older. And then you'll see people that are supposed to be around you will gravitate to the woman that you are supposed to be in life.
Absolutely.
So good.
Yeah.
Ebony, I hope you hear us. I hope that you know that we feel you. We've all been there. We've all been there before.
Yeah.
And I hope you take these words of advice and I hope that it helps you. And thank you so much for tuning in. All right, ladies. So I do a thing called what I'm going through and what I'm growing through. So this could be anything that you're going through in life and how you're growing through it. So I'll start and I'll say that right now I am going through a purging season where I feel like God is removing people from my life. He's showing me who's here for the right reasons. He's even not even with people, just people. He's also doing an emotional purge in my life where I'm learning more about Crystal and understanding things that I need to let go of. Because a lot of times we look around and be like, okay, I need to get rid of this person, this, and this. But there's some things within self that we need to get rid of. So I'm going through a purging season in those different areas. And what I'm growing through learning that there is a season for everything, and you have to go through it. It doesn't matter. Nobody's exempt from it. So I am learning to sit in this moment. It's lonely sometimes. Sometimes I don't like what I see in the mirror. So just having these moments to really reflect is what I'm going through and what I'm growing through.
Yeah. That's good.
You might want to go next.
I would say right now what I'm going through is setting boundaries for certain people in my family. Just expectations of me and who I am and what I contribute, not even just from a financial, just even emotionally what I can contribute, mentally what I can contribute. So just at a space in life where I'm going through setting the boundaries for certain people in my family, and this is where it stops. And what I'm growing through is that when you do that, there's another level of respect that you command from your, the people in your life or your family. Because sometimes I feel like me as an adult, they still see me as the young Ray and not as the adult Raiyonda. And so that's the season that I'm in right now.
That's good. That's really good.
That's good. I feel like what I'm going through is a season where God is like, either you're going to trust me or you're not. Either you're going to believe what I said or you're not. And with the or you're not, I'm going to make a believer out of you. Yes. There's no you're not, really. And so that is like a figuring out a pivot of, God doesn't always give you the next step, but he says, just trust me on that. What I'm growing through is recognizing that I have done what he has asked me to do up until this season, and that he has been with me every step of the way.
Yes.
That I haven't made a mistake in letting people go, that I haven't made a mistake in moving across the country, that there were no mistakes that were made. But in real plain view, that everything that I speak, that God has done, even if it doesn't look like what I thought it was going to look like. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
Good.
Okay, I'm going through a fight in the justice system in hopes that I can save another woman's life and they don't have to experience what I've experienced as it relates to domestic violence. I'm growing through receiving all of my prayers in my personal life from God. So though it's like, it seems, oh, you got it, it's easy. No, it takes work. And it takes you still praying and thanking God for what you have and figuring out a way to keep it. And but also not losing myself and not losing my other relationships. Because I prayed long and hard. I've been through enough. And I'm just like, oh, the light at the end of the tunnel is here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's here. But now it's okay, it's here.
Yeah.
So don't forget where it came from.
Yeah.
And continue to be obedient.
Yes.
And continue to be disciplined.
Yeah.
And everything will be okay.
Yeah.
It will.
It will.
Yeah.
It will. I love that. I love that. So one of my favorite parts of the show is where we use the phrase, keep it blank, sweetie.
Okay.
And we fill it in with whatever we want to pertaining to what we talked about today. So I'll start it off by saying, keep it, keep it a safe space, sweetie. When it comes to my girls, 'cause I think that's so important.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Making sure that your friends feel safe when they come around you, that you don't have to second guess anything,
Yeah.
that you know when I'm with these people, we good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I would say keep it safe. Keep it a safe space, sweetie.
That's cute. That's good.
Keep it real, sweetie.
Love
it
that.
real.
Keep it real with your friends.
Keep it
Mhm.
real.
Yes.
Keep it real. Keep it authentic, sweetie.
That's good,
Oh,
Nina.
I love that
Keep it
one.
authentic, honey. Be yourself.
That's right.
That's it.
I love it. Be yourself, but keep it kind, sweetie.
Keep it
At
kind.
all times.
Mm.
Kill them with kindness. I don't care what they do to you.
Mhm.
Be kind.
I got to always be kind.
Yeah.
Always,
Love
Nina.
you, mean it. Be kind.
Love you, bye.
Love you back.
I said what I said.
what I said.
Kindly.
But you'll never regret it.
Yeah.
I have never regretted being kind, even in the worst of situations.
Yeah.
So
And
true.
I got to live with that.
Yeah.
Nobody else has to live with that but me.
I agree.
That's
So.
it.
I agree.
Oh,
Look at me
ladies.
and my wives.
Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for coming to sit on the couch with me.
Thank you for having us
Thank
and for
you.
creating
It
this
was fun.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I had
love
so
you.
much fun. I love you
Yeah.
guys too.
Love you too.
Yes, I had so much fun with you guys.
Same.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode just as much as I did, just as much as we did.
Yes.
You know, I probably should put a disclaimer. Go ahead and pour you some wine or some champagne, you know, before you watch it, so you can really be in the spirit with us.
Yes.
But no, we had a really good time. I hope that you guys leave this podcast with just a better understanding of who you are, a better understanding of sisterhood, friendships, and bonds that can last a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Yes.
Okay? If you guys want to write into our Keep It Positive Sweetie listener letter, make sure you write into keepitpositivesweetie@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you guys. Oh my goodness, the stories that you are sharing with me, they're coming in, and I just appreciate you guys for tapping in with us. You can also follow me on all platforms at Love Crystal Renee. That's LUVCRYSTALRENEE. And on all platforms for Keep It Positive Sweetie, and that is with an IE. All right. As I said before, our hair was done by our dear friend Destiny. You can find her on Instagram at Styles by Destiny and tap in with her because clearly she knows what she's doing.
You know what she be
Okay.
doing.
And ladies, if you want to tell them where you guys can be found on Instagram.
I can be found on all platforms at Nina Cemone Wright.
I can be found only on Instagram at Raiyonda.
Yes. And spell that for them because everybody might
Oh,
know.
yeah. RAIYONDA.
I can be found on Instagram at loveari, LOVEARI_2112, and Sweet Monroe's Bakery if you need some cakes, cake pops, or cupcakes.
That's right. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Tap in with all of us. We would love to hear from you and show you guys love back. Listen, you guys know what to do in the meantime. Can y'all say it with me?
Yes. Keep
Keep
it
it
positive, sweetie.
Mwah. Love you guys so much. Have a good one.